Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank Mularcik, and in this video we're going to be talking about the dangers of options trading and some recent events that have led to me losing some significant money in my options account, but it's definitely not, gone forever. I think I'm on track to get that back and, recover. But it was definitely a little bit scary at first just because I had not really experienced any major losses in that account. It just has been kind of a steady uphill climb, and then I did come upon some trouble, and my plays were sort of just going against me, and I ran out of time, so I had to take some of those losses, and I'll show you guys what I did in a minute. So as you guys can see on the screen here, I'm in my spreadsheet where I just track my trades here. So the first trade that went against me pretty bad was this Palantir trade, and I sold a cash secured put sort of towards the end of April that was set to close or expire on May 7th, and it was at the 22.50 strike price, and then I received $30 for that one. And Palantir just did not do good at all. I just had a lot of red days and a few like down 5% days, so it was probably around $20 near the end of this cash secured put near May 7th. But on May 6th I decided to take my loss, so I bought it back for $210, as you can see here. So that's basically a loss of $180 there. So that was minus 8% return on my invested money of $22.50 there. But I went around and I sold another cash secured put and basically rolled it out, and I was able to roll it out further in expiration, and I was able to roll it down one strike, which is always a good thing to be able to do. So I rolled it to the $22 strike, and it is set to expire on June 4th, and we'll look at how that's doing. And I got $255 from that one. So basically I got a $45 difference from what I bought it back at before, so that's good. And then the other trade that was going against me was this Rocket cash secured put at the $21 strike, and that expired on May 7th as well. I only got $35 of premium there, but basically Rocket was just going down so much, I just decided to take the shares. So I got assigned 100 shares at $21, and then I also sold a covered call on Rocket a few days later, and I was able to get $21 there my strike price was $21, and I was able to get $20 of premium. So very small premium there, but over time I think Rocket will recover, and I'll just keep selling covered calls until then, and we'll see how it goes from there, and I'll show you guys the progress so far. And just looking at this overview of the portfolio value, so far the only really bad looking week was the week of May 3rd basically there, and that was basically 10% loss that week. But the thing is, I only lost $145 that I realized that loss, and that was basically from my Palantir roll. I realized the loss on that cash secured put that I bought back. So that was really the only realized loss I took, because the covered call or the cash secured put that I did initially on Rocket, I got all that premium to myself. I had to buy the shares, and I have some pretty big paper losses on the shares, but I haven't realized any of that. So overall, the realized losses are not very bad at all yet. And then just looking at my account here, you can see it's sitting right around $4,900, and just looking out here, you can see that pretty significant drop off at the end of April and the beginning of May. And just looking at my positions here, I have this Palantir $22 put that is set to expire in about 2 weeks, a week and a half, and it's been going pretty well. I'm up about 50 or so percent, which is $135, so that's not too bad. Palantir is currently at $21.25, so it's still below that $22 strike, but I think if we get a little bit closer to the end, I might be able to buy it back and realize at least $180 of premium here, because if I bought it back, I would realize $135. But if I'm able to realize $180, then that basically breaks me even on both of those trades. So I would be happy with that. And then looking at my cover call on Rocket, it's pretty boring since it's so cheap here, but I just got $20 and it's selling for $7 now, so I could buy it back, but I'm just gonna let it expire worthless because I don't think Rocket's gonna get back up to $21 by that point. And you can see Rocket's around $17 now. I have 100 shares, and basically I'm down 20% on those shares, $400. So that's the main thing that's bringing my account down, I would say. And then one other trade I did that I'm not too sure if it was the best thing to do, but I actually bought a call on Rocket and at the 1689 strike price, but this is like a leap, so it's not set to expire until January of 2023. And the reason I did that is basically that's a bullish strategy, and I will probably make some money if Rocket goes up eventually in the future, sometime between now and 2023, which I think it will for sure. So I probably bought this one a little bit too early in the game when my Rocket shares were tanking, but before they tanked all the way to where they are now. So I am down like around 30% on this trade, but this is really a super long-term trade. I could exit it early, significantly early if I am able to, but if I'm not able to, that's totally fine, because it is a super long-term trade that I'm not worried about the short term at all. Whereas these shorter term calls and puts that I'm selling, they are you do worry about the shorter term a little bit more, and you can certainly mitigate some of the risk, but you do have to worry about the shorter term a little bit more, where with this long call I'm really not worried about the short term at all. So now I just want to talk about some of the mistakes I made and things I could do better in the future. And the number one mistake I made with Rocket was just having an option on over earnings. So my option was set to expire, I think, May 7th, and I think the earnings were a few days before, maybe May 4th or 5th, on Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. So that's one of the big reasons that my shares tanked so much, or the share price tanked so much when I had that put on and then I was assigned, and the price has kept tanking a little bit. So earnings was definitely the catalyst for the fall in the share price there. So that was one of the big mistakes there, and so far I've been pretty good about not having options on over earnings, but for some reason I just wasn't paying attention, or I just thought, oh, it won't be that big of a deal here, and obviously I was mistaken. And one of the other things I want to touch on that's sort of a mistake is just having too much of my account in certain positions, because you saw, my account was worth about $5,500 when I started these two trades. It sort of tanked my account a little bit. So around that time, my account was about $5,500, and my cash secure put on Rocket was at the $21 strike, so that's $2,100 of capital allocated to that trade. And then my Palantir trade was $22.50 strike, so that's $2,250 of capital allocated to that trade. So that's more than a third of my account in each of those trades, and nearing half my account in each of those trades. So that's just something that I need to do a better job of. It's one of, I would say, the hardest parts of having a small account, is you just don't have a ton of options, and sometimes if a trade is going against you, there's not much you can do except wait it out or take a loss, and you often just want to be in some trades, so you're utilizing your capital, and so I oftentimes don't just have a bunch of cash sitting around, because I'm just trying to get into some trades. I'm obviously trying to make sure they're decent trades and decent plays that I think are going to turn out well, but also I do want to try to get my money working for me, and that's something that I think I was a little too eager to do. I should have just been more patient, and just been more comfortable with the trades I was making. So overall, I would say, some of it was just probably luck too, bad luck. With the Palantir trade, I think it was just sort of bad luck. But in that case, I was able to mitigate that, and just roll it out. And I think that one's going to be fine within a few months, perfectly fine. And I'll probably hopefully make some money on it. But with the other Rocket one, I definitely got a little bit unlucky with that, but I also made some mistakes, as I just discussed, that sort of compounded together, and made it a little bit extra bad. So it might be months and months before I'm able to make this work out for me, and maybe I'll just take a loss at some point and move on to something better. But I think for now I'm just gonna stick with the shares, at least for another month or two probably, and just see where they go. I think that they're gonna rebound at some point. It's just a matter of time, so we'll see how long I'm willing to wait. Generally I'm sort of patient with these things, but you never know. If I see another opportunity, I might have to take that. So if you guys see any other mistakes I may have made, or can point out something that I could improve on in the future to avoid something like this, definitely let me know in the comments below. I've definitely made other videos on the channel before about options, so I'll leave a link to one of those right up here and you can check that out. That would probably be a good video for you to watch if you're interested in this one. And just want to thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video, and I will see you in the next one.